For instance, another re-sprouter, Brunia leavis, which is extensively harvested here on the Gullis Plain. If you harvest, say this, if that is the stem coming out of the ground, and if you harvest it there, for instance, if you cut it 10 centimeters from the base, the next it will re-sprout, but it will re-sprout there on the side, and you immediately have skewed or krom steel, which isn't, the market might not like it. So a lot might be harvested, it goes to the pack shed, and it will be rejected, and it will end on the compost heap there. So that's very important with re-sprouters. But if you pick it at the base, a new stem there where you've hurt the plant basically, and you get a new straight beautiful stem, which is exactly what the market wants. If you cut it wrong, you basically the next year or the next year the stems will be, you're not going to see it the first year, but in a year or two, if a whole team cut in a wrong way, you're going to have skew stems.
So, just to jump through the market criteria, what is interesting about this product, if you look at their market requirements, they say that please do not harvest thin stems. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be a challenge because this plant in effect doesn't give you very thick stems. That's irrelevant. I mean, that's not they can't throw it out on that purpose. However, it's stated as a criteria, and we need to deal with that somehow. What they are definitely looking at is the amount of foliage on each stem, and the foliage needs to justify an acceptable amount. And within that context, if you look at this scenario, they would like to see that all the flower heads are actually open and produce that white foliage. Like one, as an example, should be something like this. Should be more or less fine. So if you have a stem like this, which if this is counted as a stem picked by the harvester, it's going to be thrown out. So firstly, this is foliage that we're losing that could have stayed on the tree itself.
They won't open up after the cut.
They won't open up after the cut, and it's too little foliage on here to really justify this as a stem. Remember, the pack shed will pay you per stem. So for Stavia, they're currently paying 15 cents a stem.
So if the stem is too thin, they'll have to use 2 stems and have to pay 30 cents instead of the 15 cents. So immediately they lose out. They don't.
So that's quite important that we need to look at those demands as well.